Hiya folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans. And today we have a shenanigan, not a news story. Well, no, it's not a news story. Come on. it's a it's an interesting look at I believe what the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender had intended um, the last book to be, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Avatar only had 3 books, but there was supposed to be 4, and then Korra got 4. So then people were like, okay, was there supposed to be like an extra book for the Avatar? And I think they talk about in this article how the information is out there now, and we know about it. So let's take a look. This is Screenrant.com. Legend of Korra's original plan would have properly ended Avatar's story. So that's interesting to me. I loved. So here's my relationship. I watched every single episode on TV of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love that show. One of the best modern day cartoons I've ever seen. Uh, Legend of Korra, on the other hand, I thought it was so boring. At one point, I forgot it existed. Um, and then I read an article on, like, I don't know, it must have been Kotaku or so. I read like I don't use Kotaku anymore. I thought they went a little bit too woke with their articles, and so I jumped off the Kotaku bandwagon. I don't use them as like a source or anything here, but what's really funny is, I believe, now I could be wrong. It might not have been Kotaku, but I remember I saw an article, like, this is like way back in when Legend of Korra was finishing up, right? It was like the last week when Avatar: Last Airbender finished. And as many of you know, spoiler, well, I mean, it's been out there for a while now. As many of you know, they ended up doing the whole bisexual thing where Korra goes off with Asami and they go on a quote unquote vacation to the spirit realm. And that was supposed to imply that they were probably like a couple or dating, and yeah. And it was a big thing. Now, at the time, I think it was good. I think that I didn't like it, but I thought, like, okay, no cartoon has ever like gotten away with doing a bisexual LGBT. I was like, okay, it's an interesting ending, Even though like I said, I thought the entire Korra series was boring. She just wasn't as exciting. The characters weren't as exciting. Maybe it was the whole sequel. You've already seen the first one, so the novelty wears off on the sequel series. It might have been one of those type of deals. Um, but yeah, I didn't find myself enjoying Korra as much as Avatar: The Last Airbender. I thought it was a lot of the times boring. I thought Korra was just boring. Maybe that was because the series starts out with her already having 3 of the elements unlocked, whereas the Avatar starts with air, and then he works his way up through the ranks. And then Korra is literally just like, here's 3 of them, and then all I have to do is master air. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't even just start her out with all 4 elements and just have her go full Mary Sue mode. But anyway, yeah. So at the time, I thought the ending of Korra was kind of like, okay, it's interesting. They did the whole bisexual thing, but then that was a warning shot. That was a warning shot, because every cartoon and their mother would go down the road of like bisexual, gay. All the cartoons started, like, after Legend of Korra was like the gateway drug. All the cartoons started to do this, and I've gotten so fed up with all this like shit in cartoons. Like, I'm just like, I've had enough, man. I've had enough. I'm just having it. It's too much diversity, too much wokeness, too much all this shit, man. Um, so let's see what they have to say here. That's my relationship with Avatar series in general, just in case you wanted to know. So we're here on ScreenRant.com. We're looking at an article that was just 5 hours ago by Zach Kravi. Oh God, that must be some kind of like Polish or German name. I don't know what the fuck. Kranjiniak. I hope. So yeah, that guy. Let's just call him old Zachy boy. Zach. There he is. He wrote the article. So what does he have to say? Legends of Korra original plan would have properly ended Avatar's story. Thanks to Korra's early critical acclaim, the sequel series expanded well beyond Aang's story, creating something both familiar and entirely new. So there we go. We got a nice little shot of Aang and then Korra for us there on Screenrant. So let's read. This is a long article, so buckle the hell down. The final aired version of Legend of Korra may be a continuation of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but fans may be surprised to learn that the original plan was for the sequel series to simply wrap up the original. That's not a bad idea, honestly. However, thanks to a supportive audience and Korra's early critical acclaim, the show expanded well beyond Aang's story, creating something both familiar and entirely new. Despite an original plan to concoct an epilogue in the form of a full-length animated feature, the executives over at Nickelodeon were more interested in developing the Last Airbender live-action movie. Oh God, that movie! That was the one where he they always had the trailer where he puts out some candles with his hands using the wind. That movie was awful. I could see why that movie was it a box office bomb. I think it was, and also they had planned to do 4 movies, one for each book or whatever, and then that plan was out the window. I'm pretty sure. So M. Night Shyamalan, how do you even pronounce this? M. Night Shyamalan? I don't know. You guys ever see the Naruto abridged series and they just call him M. Night Shalamalama Ding Dong? M. Night Shyamalan? It must be that. M. Night Shyamalan. That's what it is. I've heard the name before. Oh God, I just can't say this name. M. Night Shyamalan. There we go. There it is. I said it, guys. Now you have to subscribe. You see? You have to subscribe now. After the film's relative failure, yeah, creators and see, here's the sad thing. I watched that movie in theaters. I paid money to go see that. Isn't that terrible? I fucking funded that movie. God damn it. Not only did I see it, I went to go see it with 5 friends. God damn it. I regret it all. I also saw the Dragon Ball live action movie. That was also a mistake. Oh my God. So after the film's relative failure, creators and executives were hot on the idea of producing new content in the Avatar universe. Yeah? I mean, I'm surprised they didn't make a full-on, video game or, what else would they do? Merchandise? No, a video game. They could have had actually Warner Brothers is just doing a giant live open world Hogwarts game, the Harry Potter series. I'm surprised there isn't some kind of giant live action Avatar universe movie, or movie, a video game. Open world Avatar video game. I'm surprised that's not in the works right now. So they're hot on the Avatar universe content, but a 4th season of the animated series was never in the cards. And I think that's interesting because there's 4 elements, and I guess they went for the whole beginning, middle, end, where it's book 1 is the beginning, book 2 middle, book 3 end. But also there's 4 elements, so you think there would have been 4? Yeah, okay. So we're learning about it here. With mounting interest in revitalizing the series and exploring the world further, including... Did I miss something? I think I skipped something. But a 4th series of the animated series was never in the cards. I missed this. According to Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, the series creator. With mounting interest in revitalizing the series and exploring the world further, including Aang's contribution To it, after his tenure as Avatar ending, the Legend of Korra was born. And so we got, so like I said, this is a long article. I might be here for a while. There are many differences between the two Avatar series. And one of the major ones I feel like is the first one was much more comedic with Aang. I feel like Aang, I don't know, Aang was just a better main character. Korra, they just played her as like more of a teenager where Aang had that childhood wonder that you like to see. Korra was more of like an angsty teenager kind of, and I felt like she was always sulking, and I don't know, man. I didn't get good vibes from Korra. Aang, on the other hand, like I said, he had that childhood, just wondrous vibe to him. Okay, so the original plans for Legend of Korra. Oh, sorry, I missed this. However, the shared DNA between both is evident and certainly influenced the show's the creator's original plans for the Legend of Korra. Here is a look at what those plans were and how they were ultimately scrapped. They use the word ultimately twice. Ultimately benefiting not only the series but the franchise as a whole. Was that a benefit though? Because like I feel like Korra wasn't well received. You know, maybe it should. Because here, look, the Legend of Korra was originally supposed to be one season. Like, what if it was though? Like, would people have liked it better? I don't. Surprisingly, DiMartino and this guy first conceived the Legend of Korra as a mere 12-episode miniseries. Would that have been bad though? Like, it could have been cool. Intended to conclude the first series, the reduced length of the show had much to do with Nickelodeon's own hesitation of having a female character as the sequel's series' main protagonist. As Coney, that guy with NPR noting in an interview that girls will watch shows about boys, but boys won't watch shows about girls. I feel like it's true somewhat. It has to be the right show. You know, because like I dropped Owl House after the first. I mentioned this a few times. I dropped Owl House. I just felt like the show was gonna go woke, and then I did another video recently about how they made one of the main characters bisexual, and I don't know, man. People, I don't know because it's iffy. I could look now that I'm an adult. I feel like I'm more willing to. There's so few cartoons nowadays that are quality. I feel like I'm willing to give them more of a shot. But when I was a kid, I feel like I wanted more action, you know? So like Kim Possible was great. Like the Powerpuff Girls were great. But like I would never watch like Dora or like Hello Kitty. I would watch them with my cousins if I went to my cousin's house because I had a female cousin, right? But like I would never really watch like a lot of those like girly shows like Barbie or like whatever the fuck. What was that other one? Hello Kitty. Yeah, I already said Hello Kitty. But I did watch Totally Spies. There was a good number. If they had action in them, I was in. But if it was more like girly, you know, here's a good example: Unikitty, right? So I feel like if I was a kid and Unikitty, I probably would have watched Teen Titans Go rather than Unikitty, where they have very similar styles, but like Unikitty feels like it's more for girls, kind of. Maybe that's just my take. I don't know, but yeah, I do think this guy's right here. Like when I was a kid. I feel like this statement right here: girls will watch shows about boys, but boys won't watch shows about girls. Unless there's like, see, I would put a what do you call it? The brackets. I would put a pair of brackets and be like, unless there's action. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but now that I think about it, a lot of the shows I watched as a kid were definitely male. Ben 10, my favorite series. I definitely love Ben 10. But yeah, anime. You got One Piece, you got Dragon Ball, you got Bleach, you got freaking all of them, man. All of the shows. I even watched what was that one there? I watched this show called Bacano. No, that one's a bad example, but Hitman Reborn. You know, Kieto Hitman Reborn. Bacano is really good. You guys should go watch that show. It's pretty good. But that one doesn't count because that was more of a whole. There, all the characters were kind of like the main characters, so it was kind of weird. Um, yeah, I saw so many shows. So many of them, were more male centric. And but I feel like I still would watch a show like I said. I've seen every episode of the Powerpuff Girls. Right now, I'm watching Amphibia. I've seen all the episodes of Amphibia. Um, but yeah, it's like I feel like there needs to be like mystery or like action, or else you just won't catch a boy. You won't catch a boy. We need that. We need the action. We need that damn action. Okay, so after debating internally over the viability of the spinoff and its potential success, and actually, now that I mention it, that could be another reason. Maybe why. Maybe I see myself in Avatar Aang, but I don't see myself in Avatar Korra because maybe she's a girl and Aang's a boy, right? It could be one of those type of things. But yeah, I think there's definitely some truth to this gentleman's statement here. So they're debating internally over the viability of the spinoff and its potential success. And the studio, Korra's animation studio, finally convinced Nickelodeon executives to proceed with the project. So yeah, we're 16 minutes in. I think we're doing good time here. We're doing good time, boys. Although the show was originally actually I have female fans too. Apparently, 15% of my viewers are women, and the other 85. Wait, 85? If 15. Five, yeah. Sorry. So 85% of my audience is boys, 15% is girls. So there you go. Although the show was originally slated for a March 2011 release date, the back and forth led to, in part, the Legend of Korra's eventual 2012 April 2012 premiere, with the creators opting to omit standalone and filler episodes in the first season in the hopes to produce a tighter and more what is that word? More succulent? What the fuck? Succulent. What the fuck? I've never even seen that word. What is that? Okay, I gotta look this one up. What the fuck is this word? Succinct is how you pronounce that? Succinct. Hold on. I'm gonna turn the volume up.
Succinct.
Succinct. I can't even pronounce this word. What the fuck? Adjective, especially of something written or spoken, briefly and clearly expressed. Who would use that word? Who who the hell is going out of their way? Succinct. A tighter, more, so basically it just means expressive, basically, is what the more expressive story. Okay, you could have just said expressive, and I don't know. The article, I don't know, man. What's Zach, my boy? Zach, my boy, you're failing me with this word over here. So where the hell was that? Succinct story. The sequel eventually proved to offer more than originally imagined. This enthusiasm resulted in the show being expanded to 26 episodes, a number soon doubled for a grand total of 52. And thankfully, too, seeing as what writers had in store for Korra's 4-season-long globe-spanning adventure. That's a mouthful right there. So let's keep going. That's some good stuff. So Legend of Korra would have completed Avatar. So let's hear about this. This is the good juicy stuff. As with all previous seasons set in the Avatar universe, each season is categorized as a book, each episode making up a chapter within that book. Avatar: The Last Airbender's 3 books corresponded to Aang's journey in mastering the elements water, earth, fire. Oh, because he already had air, right? So basically he already had air, so that's why there was 3 books also. In the Legend of Korra's first book, entitled Air, so that makes sense, right? Because it was the missing piece there. The titular hero needs to master airbending, Aang's primary bending style, in according with the Avatar site. Yeah, because they're always like skilled in one, and then they all right. There was some explanation. I can't remember what it was. But they always have trouble with the opposite element, and then they exceed at their own or whatever the hell. So where was I? Aang's primary bending style in accordance with the Avatar cycle. The titling of the first book in the new series points to a desire to thematically tie it to Aang's own journey, especially since the following 3 Korra seasons titled Spirits Change Balance abandon the traditional and point abandon that tradition. So yeah, so Korra's seasons were not water, earth, fire, air. They went for this spirits change and balance gimmick, and they abandoned the traditional and points to the creator's original intent to neatly conclude their previous aired series with the final elementally named installment. Okay, so that all makes sense. That does make sense now. I like that. So Avatar, that's not part of it. So wow, we're still only halfway. That can't be right. Looking to book 1 of The Legend of Korra, it is easy to see some of the behind-the-scenes positioning of certain story elements intended to tie Korra's story to Aang. It is notable, for example, that much of the action in the series takes place in Republic City, a vibrant and diverse metropolitan area built by Aang and his comrades after the events of Avatar: The Last Airbender. 1 sec, I just need some water. Just a quick sec. That's much better. So hold on. Vibrant and Aang's family are also featured predominantly throughout, primarily with his son Tenzin, who assumes the role as Korra's airbending master. Then there is Aang himself, who after a season of build-up finally appears to Korra once she forms her spiritual connection to him and all past Avatar lives. While Aang is absent for much of the season, and indeed the series, much of The Legend of Korra's first season cements his legacy and impact, even in death. Yeah, did they ever say what Aang died of? Did he just die one day, or was it... I'm confused. Did they ever say how he died? I can't remember off the top of my head. Was he fighting someone? Did he just die of a heart attack? I have no fucking clue. So perhaps original plans for the series would have detailed some of the finer points regarding the end. Yeah. So there we go. Regarding the end of Aang. Let's actually click that. What does it say? What the Aang? What? How did he die? The 100-Year War. Here's what happened to him next. Are you joking? Due to a century spent frozen in an iceberg while in the Avatar state, much of Aang's life force was dropped. What kind of bullshit is that? You've got to be shitting me. This led to him aging rapidly in his later years before dying at the relatively young age of 66? Unfortunately, before any of his grandchildren were born, his wife Katara lived on for at least another 16 years after his death, as did his old friends Zuko and Toph. You're shitting. So wait, they all died in their 80s? What the hell? Aang was... Zuko. No, Toph was in there. Hold on, Toph. Zuko must have died. I don't think we... Did we see Zuko? I don't think we did in Korra. Did we? Maybe we did. Aang was succeeded by the Avatar by Korra. Yeah. I don't know if I like that ending. What the fuck? So he just rapidly died because of aging? Because he spent being frozen in an iceberg, it sped up his aging? What the fuck kind of explanation? What is that shit? You've got to be shitting me. That's how he died? He dies at 66 from rapid aging due to iceberg-related shenanigans? Holy shit. Well, that is the stupidest death I've ever heard of. Even Yamcha makes Avatar look good. Oh my god. Where were we here? Thankfully, mere months before Korra's television debut, canonical Avatar comics entitled The Promise, The Search, and The Rift do just that, making room for a new story set 70 years in the future. So Korra starts 4 years after Aang died. Is that right? Am I? Because it said he died. He lived till 66, and this story is set 70. No, wait. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't even know anymore. So there's more. How much more could there possibly? Oh my god, how much? 3 paragraphs. We could do it. The Legend of Korra bravely ventures into new territory, even it for a series already applauded for its embrace of adult themes. The 4 seasons, which aired between 2012 and 2014, explored a quartet of socio-political ideologies: communism, theocracy. I'm not familiar with theocracy, anarchy, and fascism, each of which threatened the relatively peaceful world built by Aang and his contemporaries. The show also greatly expands the franchise's mythology, explaining the previously murky mechanics surrounding the spirit world, the evolving of bending styles, and didn't the bending styles come from some kind of turtle creature, if I'm not mistaken? And the ancient history of the Avatar. The sequel series is also more progressive than its predecessor. Yeah, did you needed to bring that up, huh? Initiating a same-sex relationship between Korra and Asami in the series finale. Yeah, that does happen. I mentioned it. Further still, the Legend of Korra updates many forms of technology. Yeah, I didn't like that. I liked how in the original one, I don't know, Naruto and Boruto did that too, where it's like in Boruto, there's all this like new technology, and I don't know if I am the biggest fan of that, but I guess that's evolution for you. If it takes place 70 years, if it takes place 70 years after Korra, then yeah, there would be new technology and such. So that's going to be weird, because if they do another time skip, are they just going to be in our timeline at that point? Like, are they, it's like the Korra felt like some kind of like ancient England, or no, not ancient. It felt some kind of like 1900s England kind of vibe I got from it. So if they do another large time skip, would they just be in our timeline, like or like our time period? Time period, I meant, not timeline. So yeah, that's going to be interesting for that new series when that comes out. If I'm not mistaken, I swear I heard. I might need a double check, but I heard Netflix was doing a show, and there's going to be 2 twins, and they're both the Avatar. The twins are the Avatar, and they each have 2 elements. So that could be interesting. That is an interesting twist, for sure. I'd rather see a new protagonist discover a new element, like space bending or something, shadow bending, light bending. What else? Emotion bending? Could that be a thing? I don't fucking know. I'm just spitballing here. I think space bending could be an element, though. What, you could teleport. Oh, that'd be so powerful. You could teleport around and shit. Oh, that'd be so cool. I hope they do that one day. But yeah, so Korra updates the technology and draws from the 1920s. Okay, so there we go. So it was based on the 19. Oh, man, I should read a little bit further. Sometimes I just go on, I ramble about shit, and then the next sentence explains exactly what I was about to say. God damn it. So it was based on the 1920s and steampunk aesthetics, proving that the Avatar story can be viable beyond the bounds of the original series. Ultimately, The Legend of Korra helped to build a new and exciting template for the Avatars. Did it, though? I don't know. If The Legend of Korra never existed, I don't think I'd be that like bummed out or anything, So deciding to divert from the original series and instead jumping 70 years into the universe's future, perhaps the series will continue exploring the future Avatar's lives and explore the world as it expands with each generation. As with the real world, each new age comes with its own unique challenges and threats, necessitating the arrival of a new hero able to combat them. Korra did, like it mentioned earlier, how they fought against like communism and all that kind of stuff. But It's like what else is there to show? Like, what are they gonna do? A new villain? Like a Neo Fire Nation? Like what else? What could they even do with a new series? I'm so like they're gonna really have to. They're really gonna have to up their game as they go more into the future, right? Like maybe they could talk about, or maybe they might cover something like World War II, kind of Germany. They might have some, but then the Fire Nation had parallels to that too. So I don't know, man. What are they gonna do for a new villain? They covered so much shit in Korra that's like it's gonna be crazy. Um, choosing to introduce Korra as an older and more confident avatar at the start of the sequel series, she is already a master of three. That was a problem. I said this already many times. That was a huge problem. They shouldn't have done that. They should have made her learn the elements. They should have made her learn. She should have only had water, and she should have had to learn the other three. That would have been so much better. I don't like that she mastered three of them as a child. It makes Aang look like a bitch or something. I don't fucking know. It's like, did she even train? Did she even have masters? Like, she just was able to just do it. She just did it. She just Mary Sued her way up to the, the hierarchy. As opposed to the last Avatar's hero in training. Yeah, that was so much better. Hero in training, do that. The willingness to depart from familiar territory allowed for a wider array of storytelling possibilities. My God, is there this much? I'm going to finish it. After comfortably reaching cult classic status with its epic finale, the future of the original series Avatar: The Last Airbender was full of endless promise. With the release of The Legend of Korra, perhaps avid fans of the franchise were perplexed by such a sharp right turn away from the well-known beloved characters. However, the bold decision to start fresh with the next Avatar was a smart one, especially when the creators appeared simultaneously interested in paying homage to the wider universe and mythology. Yeah, and like I mentioned, it was explained that all the elements were taught to them by some kind of like turtle creature. I can't remember, what was it, like a tiger turtle or so. I can't goddamn remember, but yeah, it was a weird. It was kind of a weird explanation, I think. But I was interested because they explained that there could be other elements, like space, for example. So that could be interesting. And so start fresh. Next Avatar was a smart one, especially when the creators appeared simultaneously interested in paying homage. Yeah, and then effectively filling the few gaps left from the previous series, balancing old with the new. The Legend of Korra gracefully manages to pay off not only to her own story, but Aang's as well. And as with all things within the world of the Avatar, balances everything. Yeah. So yeah, it was a interesting article. That's so I'm glad that I just discovered that Aang literally died from rapid aging. What the fuck? That's what I learned. That's what I learned here today. I'm glad I learned that information. I always kind of wondered how he died. I thought maybe he would die fighting some cool badass villain. Maybe some like genius figured out a way to like give people artificial elements, or I don't know. That sucks. He died of rapid aging. Poor Katara, huh? Katara's at least she got 66 years worth out of him, I guess. But yeah, that's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. That's all we got for today. Please comment down below and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.